First of all, spoiler warning for The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I watched The Killing of a Sacred Deer with a good friend of mine about a week ago. I had seen a few movies of the director, whose name I can't pronounce, before, and at first I believe I didn't like the movie as much as I had hoped I would. Into the slow burning and eerie cinematography added to the sense of unease, a dread that makes one hate every new step of the story's development, which in turn is asked with questions of justice. The film was clearly gorgeously shot, but I couldn't help feeling something was off. For the first couple of days after its viewing, I really did not give much thought to the movie. Later, I decided to give it a second chance. When I reconsidered the movie, I realized there was something that fascinated me about it, the reason due to which that unease was evoked for me. Usually with me, there are a few reasons why I would feel uncomfortable or downright scared after a movie. A movie whose element of horror is realistic is more likely to creep on me, while a movie filled with jump scares would leave me gasping for air. In The Killing of Sacred Deer, the feeling was different. It's a movie about Stephen, who is an extremely wealthy and happy surgeon married with 2 children. Throughout the film, Stephen becomes the victim of a teenager named Martin, whose father was lost in one of Stephen's surgeries, to which he later on admitted doing while drunk. In the film, Martin inflicts health problems on Stephen's loved ones. His children's legs become paralyzed and they stop eating. Martin tells Stephen the solution. He has to kill one of them before they start bleeding from their eyes. There's no real jump scares in the movies, nor is it a realistic setting, really. But something is so eerie about it. The way the characters talk is downright robotic and gives a strange, uncanny valley-like feeling. It's an awkward movie to sit through. But none of these things are inherently scary. They could much more easily be comedic. I've come to the conclusion that the reason The Killing of a Sacred Deer was scary, at least for me, was the illusion of choice. The thought that at some point you might have to face your humane judgment. Stephen tries to run away from this choice, even shoving food into his son's mouth in an effort to stop the symptoms of the illness Martin has sent upon them. To no use. What makes killing one's child even more unsettling and traumatic than having to see them die is having to kill them themselves. Stephen could tell himself he was forced to kill his own child, but he still pulled the trigger, and he won't be able to erase that. When Stephen shoots, he does so with his lids closed. It gives him the illusion of fairness. He didn't kill his child. Destiny did. But Destiny doesn't kill, only Stephen does.